Yes, friends, very good morning to everybody. Welcome to our 36th episode of our Rama Sharma's International Pharmaceutical Marketing and Training YouTube. In the subject for discussion of anatomy and physiology, today the system we will discuss is the circulatory system. Circulatory system, or another name for this also we call as cardiovascular system. Okay, circulatory system is your transport media of your body. Every activity, which is every molecule, everything including drugs, food, oxygen, are carried from one place to another by the circulatory system. So it is the either the DHL courier service or transport system TCI of your body. So circulatory system is one of the very important system for medical reps particularly, or for pharmaceutical marketeers. Why? Because if you see the usage of drugs, medicines, and the market share, cardiology or cardiovascular drugs are one of the highest selling drug, particularly in developed countries and also in developing countries like now in India. 30 years before, anti-infectives were the largest selling. When I was medical representative, somewhere 45 years back, we were selling more of anti-infective, antibiotics and all those things. And cardiovascular, just there were some drug, nifedipine came, and some, beta blockers and nothing. Today, the cardiovascular segment is one of the most lucrative, profitable, and a big market. So as a promoter, if you are promoting cardiovascular drugs, you need to have little more depth about this system. Okay, so as we have discussed, every system is made up of organs doing a specific function, and all organs together they are doing a gross function, which is we call as system. So cardiovascular system or circulatory system, gross function is carrying everything from one place to another. This is one. And now there are organs in that. So what are the organs? Let us know. The first organ is the name itself is so lovely, is the heart. Okay. So heart is one organ which is nothing but the pump which pumps everything and by pressure transports everything. And heart, when this starts working? After you take birth? No. When in your embryogenesis, when embryo is under development, you can see the fetal heart in the embryo somewhere from 8th week or 2 months, around 2 months, you can see, you can hear the fetal heart is beating. So when you were 2 month old, heart starts beating. And how long it will beat? It will beat as long as you live. Or you can say you will live as long as your heart beats. The day your heart stops, now what happens to you? You are reading nowadays, 40-year-old film actor, those who drink water from alpines, or those who drink eat food which is per kilo costing $10,000, and he's running on treadmill, doing exercise gym, and suddenly he falls and he goes to the heaven or wherever. So why this happened? Then they know he was suffering from heart complications and his heart was not able to meet what he wants. So remember, friends, heart is one very important organ. We'll discuss in next video about heart and circulation separately. So heart is one organ, okay, which is a pumping station, and then there are blood vessels, tubes which carry blood from heart and brings back to the heart. So there are two. One we call as arteries. So what are arteries? Arteries are simple way blood vessels which takes away blood away from heart to other peripheral or other places. This is artery. Not oxygenated or non-oxygenated blood. Before we know oxygen containing blood, red is artery. No. artery, the right definition is those who carry blood from heart to the other place, and veins are those who bring blood from other place to the heart in the in the right atrium that we'll discuss. Okay, so this is arteries and these are veins, and between arteries and capillaries there are there is a space. Now this is the junction. Okay, and now this is the vein, this is the artery, and this is the vein. So here now the exchange will take place. Things will be taken and things will enter. So these are capillaries. So arteries and capillaries are the junctions where the exchange of gases will or everything will take place. So these are the organs of your heart, blood vessels, and also blood. Blood is also a tissue, liquid connective tissue, which has two parts. It has also cellular component and it is a plasma that we'll discuss when we come to heart. So blood also is a organ. It is an organ. And apart from this, there is also lymph vessels. So lymph vessels, they don't contain red blood cells. So the color is not red. You can't see. But these lymph vessels also takes the blood away and brings back. So this is white in color, more with white blood cells. So there are lymph vessels and there are lymph nodes, okay, which are the junction as a military post or as a police post. So if there is infection, anything, the post will take care. Okay, we'll discuss when we come to that. So lymph nodes and lymph fluid, lymph liquid, which is WBCs or all, lymphatic system. So this is what is lymph vessels, nodes and fluid. And another organ also you should include is the spleen. The spleen is not part of digestive, it is part of your cardiovascular system because it manufactures your blood cells. So spleen also. So these are the organs of circulatory system. Okay. So broadly dividing circulatory system or cardiovascular system, we can divide into two types. One is the cardiovascular system related to the blood, so cardiovascular system where there is a blood, there is heart and arteries, veins, everything is connected. And there is another we call as lymphatic system, which is also part of your circulatory system. This system is also very important, lymphatic system, which is part of your defense mechanism. So anything, any infection, anywhere lymph fluid will take it, it will destroy and fight and whatever, and lymph nodes will get inflamed in that process. So lymphatic system and cardiovascular blood circulatory system are two systems, remember. So circulatory system, these are the organs. The function, as I told you, basically is transports everything from our intestine or wherever it is to the every door, and whatever the waste product it brings back. It's such an economic, we will discuss, such an efficient circulatory system without any blockade, without any interruption. If there is lack of blood supply to any organ, the organ will not work. For example, your brain, not what you are thinking, brain. So brain, if there is lack of oxygen supply, because oxygen goes through blood. So if there is a ischemia, ischemia means ischemia, I-S-C-H-A-E-M-I, very important word, please note down, ischemia. Ischemia means poor supply of blood or lack of oxygen supply or lack of blood. Remember, oxygen and blood are similar. If there is no blood supply, there is no oxygen supply. Or anything, nothing. If the plane is stuffed DHL, it is not taking, nothing will go out of India or any country. Okay, ischemia. So there are ischemic heart disease. Very word you are learning. Ischemic heart disease, IHD. So very lack of blood supply. There are so every for your body's vitality, for strength, for wind, for power, you need very good blood supply, remember. If there is no blood supply to that any part, the function will be affected. So this is the major function of your circulatory system, and also as lymphatic system is a fighting force for your body where they fight and they all pathogens when they enter, your lymphatic system will take and will arrest and kill that. What happens in leukemia and other oncology, when we discuss, we'll come to it. Okay. Now another thing is which we are forgetting here is in blood, as I told you, there are two parts. One is plasma, clear liquid, and also blood cells. Blood cells. So what are the blood cells? There are three types of blood cells. There are RBC, which are erythrocytes. Erythro means red. Remember, red, erythro, and white blood cells. Okay, WBC, or these are known as leukocytes. Leuko means white. It's a prefix. Remember terminology. Leuko means white. So leukorrhea means white discharge from the genital tract. Leukorrhea. Leukoderma. What is leukoderma? Derma means skin. Leuko means white. So white patches on the skin is leukoderma. And these are leukocytes. Cytes means cells. So erythrocytes and WBC. And third and very important is the platelets. Platelets, which are very important for clotting or for thrombosis. So when there is a leakage of blood, platelets come and they will block the leakage of the blood, otherwise you will die in accident, or if there is a cut, if body doesn't take immediately, they come, they put a barrier, protein fibers will become and leakage will be prevented. Okay, so that is done by platelets also. So these are basically, remember, you don't need to go further detail of different type of WBC, like eosinophil, basophil, and all those is not required. RBC is simple. Very important for these are red, as the color is telling, and they contain hemoglobin, okay, which basically transports oxygen. So hemoglobin, for all hematinic, hemoglobin unites with oxygen and makes this oxyhemoglobin, and this oxyhemoglobin goes and releases oxygen, and then it takes a carbon dioxide with it, and this becomes carboxyhemoglobin. And this brings back carbon dioxide, releases in the lungs. So from lungs, CO2 will go out and you will take oxygen. That is respiration. Forget it. So cardiovascular and respiration are very closely linked systems. We'll discuss that in our heart and circulation and future diseases. So remember that the circulatory system, these are the organs. So with this, all the best. We'll continue with the next episode very soon. Thank you.